Hey, I'm Mike with VidMuze.com, and today's equipment review is going to be on the Tattu Plus LiPo batteries. Now, Tattu batteries are specifically designed for multi-rotors. Now, over the years, Tattu has gained a great reputation of being one of the most reliable UAV batteries on the market. Now, we use the standard Tattu batteries on our heavy lifters, and we've been very satisfied with their performance and durability over the years. Now, this review is going to, yes, go over the Tattu Plus batteries, but we're going to compare the standard Tattus with the Plus batteries. So let's discuss the physical differences. Now, Tattu has designed the Plus battery to have a protective casing. Now, this casing houses the battery cells and offers security against hazards. Now, the protective case also houses the indicator system, which gives the batteries its smart capabilities. Now, unfortunately, this does add a little bit of length to the battery as well as additional weight. Now, when comparing a standard Tattu 10,000 milliamp battery to the 10,000 milliamp Plus battery, the Plus battery is about half an inch longer and about an eighth of an inch taller. Now, regarding the weight, it's about 114 grams heavier. Now, this is equivalent to about a quarter of a pound. So yes, when flying an entire set of the Plus batteries, you're increasing your weight by half a pound. Now, in our last Tattu review, we mentioned about the power leads being shorter than the average LiPo battery. Now, Tattu heard this and they increased the length here on their Plus batteries. Now, the standard Tattu battery was about 4¼ inches long as far as the power lead itself, and the Pluses here are about 6½ inches. Now, this gains you about 2¼ inches longer. Now, this is great for those who need longer power leads. Now, if you don't need the power leads to be this long, no problem. You can simply cut them and resolder new connectors on. Now, one interesting design about the Plus batteries is the ability to remove the balance tab. Now, the balance tap goes on the bottom, and obviously we use those when charging the battery. But those of you who fly with your multi-rotors and have onboard telemetry that gives you the voltage overall, you guys are kind of moving away and not really using voltage alarms. Now, we certainly recommend always using those voltage alarms because if a cell was to go bad in one of your batteries, your overall voltage telemetry is not going to indicate this or let you know. Now, certainly attaching the balance taps and using your voltage alarms or your screamers is certainly recommended by us. But those who do not wish to use it, you can certainly remove them and fly without. Now, those of you who use voltage alarms or screamers, when using the Plus batteries with the balance tap wire tends to be longer than most, so be sure to secure that to your ship, and that'll help prevent it from coming loose and then disconnecting from the battery during flight. Now let's go ahead and cover the intelligent features of the Plus battery. So the first thing is the battery charge status. Now, this is where you can go ahead and press the button on the front of the battery, and yes, you will see indicator lights that let you know how full of the capacity of a charge your battery has. Now, these 4 LED lights are indicators of 25%. So if you see 4 white LED lights, this is a full charge. So if you see 3 solid white LED lights, you're at 75% capacity, 2 at 50, 1 at 25. Now, if you press and you see a white flashing LED, this is 8% left of not the entire capacity of the battery, but the safe operating voltage. So for instance, you don't want your batteries to go below 3.5 volts per cell. This would be considered 0. So again, this is a safe way to operate and land safely without depleting your battery and obviously crashing. Now, the next feature is the battery warning status. Now, in addition to the battery giving you a percentage indicator, it'll also let you know if there's anything abnormal about your battery. Now, in these cases, the LED lights will turn red instead of white. Now, they give you 3 different warnings. The first one is if there's a temperature issue, if it's too hot to operate in or certainly too cold to operate in. The second one is if there's an overcharge or even an undercharge. An undercharge meaning if you go below that 0% margin that we talked about earlier. And thirdly, it'll let you know if your cells are imbalanced to an unhealthy level. So let's go over the temperature indicators. Now, if it's too hot, you'll see the top 2 LED lights flash red. Now, if it's too cold, you'll see the bottom 2 LED lights flash red. Now, regarding the charge amount, if the battery is overcharged and your cells are beyond the recommended 4.20 volts per cell, the top LED will flash red. If it's undercharged and your cells are at a danger as far as below that margin we talked about, that 0% margin, the bottom LED will flash red. And lastly, if your battery cells are imbalanced to a problematic level, the top and bottom LEDs will turn solid red. Now, the next feature is one of my favorites. It's a storage mode feature. Now, those of you who are new to LiPos may not know that your batteries need to be stored in a storage mode. Now, this basically means your cells are at a certain voltage. Now this helps keep your batteries safe and last longer over time. You never want to fully charge a LiPo and then store it away and not use it. So those of you who don't have a storage mode built into your charger, or if you have your batteries fully charged, the only way to deplete them is go fly them. Now those of you who don't have the time for that or just don't want to can certainly discharge your batteries and put them in a storage mode right here in the Tattu Plus housing. Simply hold the button in for 3 seconds and it will enter its storage mode. Very cool feature if you ask me. Now when in storage mode, Tattu recommends you keep your battery cells around 3.7 to 3.9 volts. We like to hit it right in the middle at 3.8 volts. Now if you go ahead and try to put your Plus battery in a storage mode and it's below the 3.7 volts, it will indicate this by flashing one LED. Now, if this is the case, you need to charge your battery back up and then yes, put it in a storage mode. Now, if you go ahead and enable the storage mode on your Plus battery and you want to go ahead and turn things off and disable the storage mode, simply hold the button in again for several seconds and hold that button in until you see the top 2 and bottom 2 lights alternate flashing and you'll see the flashing stop. And this means that the storage mode has been stopped. Now, the final feature we're going to cover is the intelligent self-discharge. Now, this is probably the smartest feature that Tattu has designed for their Plus batteries. Now what this means is if you fully charge your LiPo battery, but decide not to use it, and then you store it back in your fireproof cabinet for storage, but you don't put them in a storage mode, what's going to happen? Well, the battery is designed to actually detect when it's been charged for too long and it will automatically enter into a storage mode and drain the cells down to a balanced between the 3.7 and 3.9 volts and keep your battery healthy and last a lot longer. Now this is a very handy feature and will save your batteries and save you money down the road as well. Now another added bonus with the intelligent self-discharge is if your batteries are fully charged and left in extreme temperatures, the battery will detect the hot temperatures and yes, enter into a storage mode, therefore lowering your cells to a healthy voltage to help prevent the battery from yes, bursting into flames. Now the last feature with the Plus batteries is right next to the balance tap there is a micro USB port. Now this port is used for doing firmware upgrades that will be taking place down the road, which should open up additional features to your Plus batteries. So in conclusion, let's go ahead and cover the pros and the cons as far as the Plus batteries compared to the standard Tattu batteries. So number 1, it's more protective with the new casing. Number 2, longer leads for more flexibility. Number 3, the battery status info at your fingertips. Number 4, it's pretty easy to remember what the indicator lights represent. Number 5, safeguards to protect the life of the battery. In a sense, makes it dummy-proof. And number 6 is the price. Now, depending on what battery you go ahead and choose as far as the size or capacity, if you want to go ahead and buy the smart capabilities battery, the Tattu Plus, it's actually the same price. So they're not adding an additional cost for the smart capabilities. Now let's go ahead and cover the cons. Now the first one is weight. Now yes, comparing a 10,000 milliamp Plus battery to a standard Tattu battery, you're gaining an additional 1/4 pound. This is about 114 grams. Now, number 2 is the length of the batteries. Now, if you're flying a ship like the Alta and it has the battery guides, we have that set up specifically for the length of battery with the standard Tattus. Now, when putting in a Plus battery, because of the additional length, we would have to go ahead and adjust those battery guards. So if you're using a multi-rotor that has those limitations, just keep it in mind. So you may have to stick with all standard Tattu batteries or all Plus batteries to prevent needing to tweak your battery guides out in the field. And lastly, number 3 are the balance taps. Now, because you can disconnect them, this could possibly allow for them to disconnect during your flight. It's mostly unlikely, but it is a possibility, so just take the necessary precaution. Now, if you're a newbie just starting out in aerial cinematography, or if you're a professional aerial cinematographer who's been in the industry for years, we would recommend the Tattu Plus batteries. If the pros outweigh the cons for you, then this battery will suit you very well. There's a lot of great smart features that we learned about, and yes, it's going to make your batteries last longer, be more efficient, and yes, save you money in the long run. So where do you guys go to order your Tattu Plus batteries? Well, simply go to their website at genstattu.com. Now, those of you who are located here in the United States, an added bonus is Tattu has a warehouse located in Florida. So if you want to go ahead and order from them, they can go ahead and ship them out to you and you will get them delivered much quicker than as opposed to ordering them from China. Now, if any of you have any filmmaking or aerial gear that you'd like us to review, you can contact us at vidmuse.com. The link will be down in the description below. Again, I'm Mike with vidmuse.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.